We interrupt our program to bring you a special broadcast.
Boom! Headshot!
Hey, it's Clay. Welcome to another League of Legends video. This time I want to talk about why buy Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath is the terror of the void. He's a pretty fantastical void monster, and there's kind of he's one of the themes of the void monsters. So we've got like Cho'Gath and Kha'Zix. Trying to think, Kog'Maw, some of those other ones. You know, they've got those 3-letter names with or 6-letter names with the apostrophe in the middle. Pretty crazy stuff, but he's a pretty interesting champion. I really enjoy him. He's one that I actually have picked up recently. I wasn't terribly happy with my jungler selection. I kind of started off, I learned how to jungle with Dr. Mundo. Not sure if he's the best choice. He just doesn't bring a ton to a team other than tankiness. So a proper team will just really not touch him. I've done some Nasus. Nasus can be a solid choice. But I just think that there are other better options, and Cho'Gath is one of them. As you see, there's a little bit of a red invade going on. I just think that there are better options in general. So I've discovered Cho'Gath, and I really enjoy playing him. I think that he can be a very strong and a very fun and interesting choice. You can see Diana's getting dumped on right here by the invade. That is too bad. There goes First Blood. They actually have a weird team. I think there was some bad manner in their champion select, and I believe the Master Yi picked a second jungler, so they actually have 2 junglers, which is a bit sour. But any which way, we're just going to keep going on. This was a ranked match, so hey, it's all good for anything. But anyways, Cho'Gath. I stumbled on Cho'Gath, and I think that he's a really fantastic potential champion. I think that he can really excel in a variety of different situations. He can go top, he can go mid, he can go jungle. I imagine he could even go support, just because he offers a lot of CC. But he's got a really interesting kit. He has a nice balance of CC and tankiness, I would say, are his main strengths. He doesn't really, I wouldn't say he's the best in terms of a raw damage dealer, but his tankiness and his CC is very, very valuable. You can see I'm actually going for a smiteless right here, and I'm planning on doing a bit of a red invade, but it looks like Master Yi's taking that, so it's going to get spoiled. But anyways, so this game was a bit of a weird game. It was not actually the strongest game to start off with, but towards the end I really felt like I got a handle on Cho'Gath and understand his playstyle, so I wanted to share it with you guys for that reason. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about his abilities, and then we'll talk about his playstyle and what makes him so awesome and unique. So his passive, Carnivore, this is one of his strongest abilities. This is basically every time he kills an enemy, he restores health and mana based on his level. So it gives him tremendous sustain. It makes him a very strong laner. It makes him a very strong jungler, just because he has a ton of sustain. You see I'm trying to counter jungle a little bit here on this Master Yi, but he is going to go ahead and dump on my face. That's not good. He had double buff. That's probably the main reason why he won that trade so hard. And I guess he has AD, so he already has 100 AD, whereas I am I'm AP Cho'Gath, so just can't handle his damage there. So a bit of a whoops on my part, setting my early jungling behind. But anyways, the passive Carnivore, basically anytime you kill a unit, you gain health and mana. So very, very strong sustain passive right there. You can see every time I'm killing these guys, I get a little chunk of life back. Looks like this Master Yi is just coming in for more and more love. But I think I'm going to make it out safely. Going to go ahead and use my knock-up right there, and I'm going to get away safely just fine. With these 2 junglers, though, I will say it's an unconventional strategy, but it can be very strong. One of the things that these guys had is they were in my jungle all day long. Made it very, very frustrating to be a jungler against 2 junglers. You know, these guys are just going to camp my creeps and just cause a lot of problems. And actually, one of the things, too, about this game is you can see that Ezreal has 29 CS and Caitlyn is 26, and I don't fully understand why Caitlyn was able to 1v2 them so well, but she did it quite successfully. And just a quick tip, you can see I'm warding my jungle. That is probably an essential thing to do anytime you're in a dual jungler enemy. You know, the best way to deal with them is to have visions. If you know where they are, then you can respond properly. But the big thing is when they surprise you, when they catch you out of position. That's when it really goes awry. But anyways, let's get back to his abilities. The passive Carnivore gives you sustain. His Q is his Rupture. That's right there. I just used it on the ground. He stomps his foot on the ground, and a bunch of spikes will pop up in a wide circle radius. and it will knock up and deal magic damage to any enemies in that area and then slow them for 60 seconds. So this Rupture is probably his strongest ability. It is tremendous CC. A nice knockup, 1 second knockup is really, really nice, and then a 60-second slow for 3 seconds. The AP value is 100% AP, and the base damage is fairly high, so it's a very, very strong ability if you can land it. And it's definitely what makes Cho'Gath strong. I would say that the only downside of this is that it is a relatively difficult spell to land. It has a 0.625 second delay, and it's telegraphed. So when you cast the spell, it will actually make the circle on the ground where you're going to cast it. So that makes it just makes it easy to dodge, and it makes it difficult to land because it has that delay. So overall, it's definitely a strong ability. It provides a ton of CC, but it's no ability is strong if you don't land it. You have to land it in order for it to be strong. So I would say with this Rupture, it can be very, very strong. It's a fantastic ability in team fights. If you can land it onto some high priority targets, having that knockup is absolutely essential. 9-second cooldown is a little bit on the longer side. With some CDR, it can definitely be lowered to about the 5 or 6 second ballpark, which is nice. So very, very strong. This Rupture is definitely what makes Cho'Gath an awesome, awesome team member to have. And what's what makes him so versatile is that he can be built as a straight up tank, and then you use your Rupture as your primary CC. You can build him as more of an AP mage, and it suddenly becomes a very strong AoE damaging ability. You can see using here to clear out these jungle camps. So very, very strong ability. I'm still toying around with whether or not what ability to max when. Cho'Gath has a lot of different ways that he can go. In this game, I actually maxed it last, opting more to start with my E ability and then my W. But there are other games where you could max it first and just go for more of a straight-up damage build. You can see coming here for a gank onto Elise, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up this kill, not a problem whatsoever. She's going to repel and come right back down and then die. So easy peasy right there, no big deal, nice little gank. Renekton called for it at a very, very nice time, so thank you for that, Renekton. So let's move on to his W. This is his Feral Scream. This is another very strong CC ability. It is a conal 700 range cone in front of him. It deals magic damage and will silence your enemies for 1.5 seconds. So again, a very strong damaging ability, 0.7. Actually, it's a 1. It starts at 1.5 second silence up to 2.5 seconds. So a very, very strong silence. Having an AoE silence is always very, very handy. And it also has high base damage and a 0.7 AP ratio. So again, very, very strong ability. A little bit longer cooldown at 13 seconds, but the real thing about this is the silence. Having an AoE silence is absolutely brutal in a team fight. You can see I use it right there on those wolves to clear them out. It's absolutely brutal in a team fight. If you think about all the champions in League of Legends that rely on casting their abilities, if they're in a team fight and they're silenced for 2.5 seconds, and that's 2.5 seconds that your teammates are casting spells, that is going to be absolutely just beast mode right there. You can see I actually missed it. It wasn't quite in range to land there onto Kassadin. But it is extremely valuable to have a very, very long... If you can catch 3 or 4 members in a team fight in this Feral Scream, that in itself can sometimes be enough to shift the tides of a team fight. So again, a very, very strong crowd control ability, and it's one of those things where the basic combo is to land your Q to knock them up, and then throw out your W while they're in the air so that they cannot get away once they come down from the knockup. So if you're dealing with a champion like Ezreal, who has a really nice escape, all you have to do is get your Feral Scream, and suddenly he can't use it. I believe that this will also silence Flash, and any other spell that they might use. So again, overall a very, very strong ability, very nice crowd control. Next is his E. This is his Vorpal Spikes. This is a toggle ability that you will pretty much always leave on. There's no reason to really turn it off. You can see coming in for a gank. Can I get the Q? There's the nice Q onto Nocturne. Going to throw out a W there for some more damage. And ooh, was going for my ultimate there for the finisher, but wasn't quite able to finish him off. He's going to get away with under 300 health. Diana and I are really trying to duel these 4 guys and doing a pretty good job of it. But not going to pick up a kill. I'm getting relatively low, but hopefully I'm going to make it out safely. Anyways, as I was saying, his E, this is his Vorpal Spikes. You toggle it on, it has no cost, and basically his basic attacks will deal bonus magic damage, and it will also deal like kind of an AoE in front of him damage, and it will also deal damage in a 500 range line past the initial target. So, quite a strong ability. This is his best jungling skill, so if you're jungling, you want to max this first. It really helps with his clear times. But it gives him some range. It gives him some AP damage. You know, on top of his strong spells, this allows his auto attacks to be lethal. Getting that silence off onto right, good stuff right there. But anyways, it's a good ability. You pretty much always want to leave this on. It has a 0.3 AP ratio, so if you're going for more of a battle mage type Cho'Gath, this is definitely the choice you want to get. You know, I'm building more of a tank style Cho'Gath in this video, so I would say his Vorpal Spikes aren't going to do a whole bunch of damage, but any bonus to your auto attacks is always very nice. Helps with your jungle clearing, helps with your team fighting. You can see right there every auto attack on this tower, you can see those spikes that are flying out in front of me. That's kind of the general idea that anything in line with those spikes is going to deal damage. You'll see it here when I'm attacking these creeps. You can see how, there's my Q there, right there. You can see how when I deal damage to the front one, it will also deal damage to every minion behind. So, good stuff right there. Next is his ultimate. This is his feast. This is probably his most signature ability and one of the things that impacts his gameplay the most. So basically, it is a melee ranged single target, just massive, just that nom nom nom. He devours the enemy target. It will deal true damage, which is a very high base value, increased by your AP ratio, and then it will also deal a massive 1,000 base true damage to monsters and minions. But then one of the most important things about this ability is anytime you kill a unit with your feast, Cho'Gath will grow. He will gain health, and he will also gain size, up to 6 stacks. So I believe that the health gain is, let me see, so the max health increase is up to 900 health. And as you level it up, it starts at 90, 120, then 150. So very, very nice ability here. This is where I said that he has a lot of natural tankiness. It all pretty much stems from his ultimate. So basically what you want to do is, it's on a relatively short cooldown at 60 seconds. So pretty much whenever it is up on cooldown, you know, especially early on in the jungle, you want to use your feast on a minion or monster to just go ahead and clear it out, and then you get bigger and you get extra health. So very, very valuable right there. Very, very valuable to gain that extra health. And he also, I'm sorry, I forgot about this. He also gains bonus range, so that's really nice too. Up to 50 bonus range on his auto attack. So very, very good stuff right there. And overall, this does a lot of things for Cho'Gath. Number one, it gives him that natural tankiness that I talked about. It also gives him a very effective finisher because it has, you know, pretty high base damages. It's, you know, if you're into a brawl, it's nice to throw this out and just finish off your enemy with this really strong burst of damage. And then another thing that it does is it gives Cho'Gath tremendously strong objective control. It's kind of like having a better smite. You can see smite right now is dealing 730 true damage, while my feast will do 1,000 true damage to minions and monsters. So anytime you're on dragon or baron, Cho'Gath is extremely strong for securing those dragons or barons, because he can smite and then feast immediately after each other. So once you get it down to about 2,000 HP, Cho'Gath can almost instantly finish it off with that smite and feast combo. So very, very strong ultimate right there. Now, in a team fight, once you get to the end of the game, you want to try to get those 6 stacks as quickly as you can. Another quick note about this is when you die, you actually lose half of your stacks. So if you have all 6, you'll go down to 3, and then lower than that, you know, you'll go down to, I believe, 1. I don't know exactly how they deal up to 3, but you want to make sure that you get those stacks back as quickly as you can. So dying is a little bit of a problem. I actually used it right there on that large wraith. You can see right here I have 2 stacks, so I have 180 bonus health, a little bit extra bonus range. So really, really handy stuff, and you want to get yourself to that 6 stacks cap as quickly as possible, and then stay there as often as you can. So that's definitely crucial to Cho'Gath's gameplay, is you want to make sure that you're at 6 stacks on your feast. So those are his skills and abilities. He's got great sustain with his passive. He's got tremendous CC and AoE damage with his Q and his W. He's got some really nice jungle potential with his E. And then his ultimate does a lot of things. It makes him tanky, it gives him a finisher, and it gives him tremendous Dragon and Baron control. So it makes him really, really versatile. He can be built in a number of different ways. You know, you can take him top lane or mid lane and focus more on damage. You know, focusing on more building AP, because he does have some very strong AP ratios. You know, point 1, you know, just a 1.0 AP ratio on his Qs, 0.7 on his Feral Scream. Those are both quite high. I would say an average for a mage is around 0.5 or 0.6. Really nice team fight right there. That's actually something that we should actually go back and watch. Let's go back and watch this team fight, because I want to see. So you can see we're on Dragon. I actually smite it, and then early on, and then I finished off with a feast. And then right here, let's go ahead and slow this down and just watch. There's my Q, knocking Elise up in the air. Going to throw out my W to go ahead and pick up the kill. To silence. Look at all these guys are silenced, that they are not able to use their spells. Now that we're running away, going to go ahead and put it back up. I'm not actually sure I'm able to do anything more. Going to try to land some more Qs and Ws, but basically when you're Cho'Gath and you're team fighting, you want to be trying to land as much of that CC as you can. So right there, going to throw out an auto attack. That would have been a nice place for a W to silence him so he could not rift walk away. But right here, I'm going to go ahead and tank the turret because I am the tank, and I'm going to hopefully allow my teammates to pick up this kill, which they do. I end up dying in the process, but that's okay because I'm the tank, and I would rather that my teammates gets the kill and then get away safely. So I will pay for that with my life, but that doesn't mean I need to rebuild my stacks. You can see that I'm down to 1 stack, so that's a bit sour, but that's okay. I can build that up relatively quickly. It'll only take about 5 minutes to get those 6 stacks up if I'm quick about it. So using my Q and my W, if you get some AP, he actually becomes an extremely strong farmer because he's got really nice AoE with his Q and his W. Miss my Q right there, but get a nice W off onto Master Yi. So you can see he's not actually be able to use anything to get away or to heal, and then he ends up going down. So yeah, good stuff right there, some good team fighting, but let's get back to his itemization. So with Cho'Gath, like I was saying, you can build him to be more of a battle mage, so you're naturally tanky. So think about someone like a Rise, maybe a Gragas, Swain, some of these more close range mages that really benefit from being a little bit tankier. The Cho'Gath is very much in line with that. He benefits from items like a Rod of Ages and Abyssal Scepter. Some of these items that give him this tankiness to go along with his natural tankiness from his ultimate. You know, his spells aren't terribly long range. His Rupture has 950 range, which is a little bit longer range. Ooh, really nice job here by Renekton. And look at this, he's soloing 4 of these guys. We were able to get 2 of them down. But nice job by Diana to go ahead and clean things up here. And that's going to be the end of that team fight. And it looks like Diana does go down, but is Yi going to get away? I actually don't even know. Hold on, let's see if Yi... Ew, a bunch of snowballs is not going to slow him down because he's got Highlander, so that's too bad. But, anyways, itemization. In this game, I go for more of a tanky build. So I'm allowing my ultimate to give me HP, and I'm going to be building a lot of armor and magic resist. I went for a Spirit of the Ancient Golem, which is a fantastic item for Cho'Gath. It gives him everything, all of the stats he can use. The health is great. The CDR is fantastic. CDR is a great statistic on a tanky Cho'Gath because you're mostly using your abilities for their CC, and then you're not necessarily using them for their damage. So you want to be able to just spam them as much as you can. The more knockups, the better. The more silences, the better. It's kind of the thought process there. The health regen is really nice. The mana regen is really nice. Cho'Gath does have mana problems. Especially when he's clearing the jungle with his Q and his W. You can mostly rely on your E to clear it once you get some nice levels into it, but without levels, you really want to make sure that you're using your Q and your W, and that is going to eat up a lot of your mana. And then the tenacity is really nice. Cho'Gath is a fantastic tank, but he does need to get in position. So getting rid of those stuns, slows, taunts, fears, silences, blinds, immobilizes as quickly as you can is really nice on Cho'Gath. So a really good item there for more of a tankier Cho'Gath build. Also, I believe I go for the Iceborne Gauntlets. Frozen Heart, I believe, is my next item, not Iceborne Gauntlets. Frozen Heart is a really good item on tankier Cho'Gath. Again, the CDR is really good. The extra armor is really nice, because you're getting a lot of flat HP from your ultimate, so supplementing that with armor and magic resist is a really good choice. Some other tanks benefit from building straight health, but I would say Cho'Gath benefits a little bit more from building resists. You can see I derped a little bit right there, going for that turret. and forgot to get the very last hit on it, giving them position to get in time. I think I would have paid for my life with that any which way. I saw them coming, and I decided to just let them kill me because I wanted to get the turret. But it is what it is. But anyways, you know, building resists I think is a strong choice on Cho'Gath. Now check this out. This was actually really doing a nice job there, getting my knock off, getting my silence off, but not quite able to peel them off the turret. But Renekton and I are going to be responsible for trying to hold this off. I think this is where we made a really nice stand. Going to use my W and my Q there to clear out these minions, hopefully to get these guys to back off a little bit more. You can see I finished off my Frozen Heart and my Ninja Tabi, giving me almost 200 armor. That's really nice. You know, because you're getting flat HP from your ultimate, and then we supplement with that with armor, it makes it even more valuable. So really, really good stuff there from Cho'Gath. And also, you know, any of the other tank items, like a Spirit Visage, would be really nice. You know, Spirit Visage is a great item, especially if you're laning against an AP opponent, because it supplements his passive. It really allows his passive to, you boot with the Spirit Visage. It allows you to, you can see getting the killer with my W. Spirit Visage allows you to boost your healing effects. So, you know, the healing that he receives from his passive is supplemented, which is really, really handy. You know, getting that extra health is really nice. He just makes a fantastic tank because of all the CC he provides. And then if you're going to go for more of an AP build, you know, then you're more focusing on, it's pretty much all about landing your Q and your W, because those are your main damaging spells. You're not going to so much rely on your auto attacks and your Vorpal Spikes. Getting another kill there with my W. Really good stuff there. The W is probably the ability I look to most for my consistent damage. It's a little bit easier to land because it's instantaneous, and the cone is really, really nice. And then using the Q for the CC, but you know, so at this stage of the game, you know, the game is relatively close. We've only have a 3,000 gold lead, so we're just looking to team fight. And at this position, our team is really set up to peel for our carries. You know, Diana and Ezreal are really going to carry this game, and Renekton and Nunu and I are really going to be the frontline tanks who are going to be peeling. You know, we've got a very, very strong and formidable front line. Gonna go back and buy, looking for more tankiness. So getting a Giant's Belt. I believe at this point I'm going for a Randuin's Omen. If you're looking at their team, they have Elise and Kassadin doing AP damage, but they really weren't the threats. The primary threats I felt like were Master Yi. He's got a majority of their kills. Nocturne has got some good items, and Caitlyn. I felt like those were the biggest threats on their team. So I'm going to be building a lot of armor accordingly. So another team fight right here, and at this point it's all about landing Qs. You know, protecting Diana. Look right here, I can see Diana's under attack. She pops her Zhonya's. I'm going to try to take out Caitlyn, so I'm going to chase her down, getting a really nice Q right there, landing it right at the edge of my range. Going to finish her off with an auto attack. Going to come back into the fight to try to protect Diana and Ezreal. Get in their face, going to get a Q. Nope, missed my Q. Thought Nocturne might come at us. But gonna try to get my W off and then get in position for another Q. As we chase him down, Ezreal gonna use his E and his flash, and then another E and another Q to get the kill there. Now we're gonna go to Baron. Like I was saying earlier, Cho'Gath provides fantastic Baron control. I've got a ton of armor, I've got my smite, I've got my feast. I'm just able to really, really burn that Baron down quickly and finish him off. You know, it's not so much that Cho'Gath can kill it quickly as it is that he is really capable of securing the kill. That's probably the biggest thing that Cho'Gath offers. You can see I'm up to 4 stacks on my ultimate. I really want to get that to 6. You know, it's off cooldown immediately right now. I should look right now to go find a minion and just nom 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 on that thing. Gonna try to protect Diana right here. Diana actually was able to get a double kill right there. Really nice stuff. And then Renekton was able to pick one as well. Really good stuff right there. From our team to get some really nice kills. But yeah, so at this position I'm the tank. I want to be tanking turret shots, I want to be tanking damage. I want these guys to be on me. I'm tanking this turret to allow Ezreal to get it down, and we're allowing Renekton and Nunu to just kind of be pesky to keep you know, Nocturne and Caitlyn off of us. Gonna try to land missed my W, but gonna land a nice Q there onto Caitlyn. Really looking for an opportunity just to keep her away, you know, keep Ezreal safe. Do what I can to be annoying, allow my CC to really dictate the pace of this fight and this invade. Gonna back off here just because we felt like we weren't in a good position to fight. Gonna go ahead and steal their blue buff and use my ulti to finish it off. Up to 5 stacks right now. Looks like Kassadin is just kind of peeking in after us, but I was able to secure the blue. Blue buff is actually really nice on Cho'Gath. he can really use the mana, and the CDR is also really beneficial as well. There's my Randuin's Omen. So I have tons of armor, up to 280 right now, up with almost 4,000 health. So, you know, any of these 80 champions are really not going to be doing much. So right here, this was, I believe, one of the moments in the game where I really felt like I was doing my job as a tank. This is a 5-on-1. And check this out. I'm going to get a Q right there that gets 3 of them, and then a W that gets 4. 4 of them were silenced right there. Gonna finish off Caitlyn there with a flash. I'm taking all this damage to allow Ezreal to sit. He's untouched right now. Getting a nice silence off, but look at how low they were. But actually, it looks like Ezreal is out of position. But he is going to get that kill right there. So you can see that went from a pretty scary and bad situation where we had, you know, a 4 versus 1 to now they have 3 dead, and we only lost 2. So we came out definitely ahead in that little skirmish right there. Just shows you how powerful Cho'Gath can be. Chaining that Q and that W together is a very, very potent and powerful conversation, or skill combination. Thank you very much. So right here, just going to be trying to use my CC to lock down these targets, missing on my W, missing on my Q, but just going to continue to chase after. Going to use my ultimate right there to chunk down Caitlyn. Probably not the best use of my ulti right there. Would have maybe been more beneficial to just try to save it and allow, you know, to really get that stack up. But I feel like, you know, you do have to remember that it does deal quite a bit of damage. You know, it's 650 plus 51 is quite a bit of damage for one little spell. But there's Caitlyn again. Ezreal missed his Q. That would have finished her off. But I'm going to go ahead and get the finish there with my W. Going to try to land another Q. Oh, missed it just narrowly on Elise. But here we are. Guardian Angels popped. I'm going to try to help Ezreal with Master Yi and Elise. Going to be dueling these guys. Throwing. There's a nice Q, W, ultimate, and then one more. Can I get this? Master Yi and I. There's another Q, and that's going to be the end of it. That QW combo is so difficult to deal with. Up to 3 stacks there on my ulti, but some really nice dueling right there from Cho'Gath. It's pretty much all because of his CC. Having a silence and a, you know, think about, you know, Elise's kit. You know, she's such a caster. And for her to not be able to use any of her 6 spells really shuts her down. So that knock-up and that silence, again, proving its merit. Up to about 3,700 HP. Very, very nice. Have over, you know, almost 300 armor. Picking up, it looks like I'm going for an Abyssal Scepter, picking up a Negatron Cloak and a Blasting Wand. Very good choice on Cho'Gath. Give me a little bit of extra damage. At this point, I felt like I was tanky enough, and this might be a good time to start building some damage, so that my my spells are really going to start to hit a little bit harder rather than just knock them up. But at this point, you know, the game has really swung in our favor. And if you think about some of the key plays, looking back, you know, we had that really nice, you know, we really controlled Dragon and Baron consistently. We had some really nice team fights as well. And at this point, you know, I'm just really trying to, you know, if Caitlyn's going to use her ultimate on me, that's fantastic. Please do. Please, Caitlyn, use your ultimate on me. I'm the tank. I want to really soak up as much damage as I can. There's a good silence onto Cassidy, and that's going to shut him down so that he cannot use his Rift Walk to get away, and it's going to allow Diana to get the kill. Again, I'm getting really, really low, but able to tank as much damage as I can, allowing Diana to get the triple kill. Again, peeling for my carries is one thing that Cho'Gath can do exceptionally well. He's a fantastic tank in that regard, and that's how I like to play him. I really, really enjoy playing Cho'Gath in the jungle as a tank. You know, he's got great clearing with the AoE of his abilities, and then his E. You know, he's got his feasts give him fantastic objective control. He can itemize extremely tanky. You know, he has natural tankiness from his ultimate, which can only be amplified. You know, getting up to 300 armor. There's just nothing that Caitlyn can do. She doesn't have a Last Whisperer. So overall, a good win right there in kind of a funky game. But you know, Diana was really, really big, and I like to think that, you know, myself, Nunu, and Renekton able to peel for her was really, really big. Up to 16 assists, 9 kills, 5 deaths. So overall, a very strong game on Cho'Gath, and it just shows you he can really benefit his team. He's a very, very strong team-oriented jungler. You know, provides a ton of utility, ton of CC, and just a very strong champion overall. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in your comment section down below if you guys play Cho'Gath a lot. You know, if you've seen it before on my channel. Doggerson, or I believe now he goes as Snowbaka. He plays a ton of Cho'Gath, and he kind of got me hip to it. And you will definitely see my Cho'Gath. I will definitely be playing him in the jungle in the future because I think he's a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys again soon.